Do you think boomers messed everything up for generations after, like us, millennials, and Generation X?
No, I think we totally fucked it up for them.
You think so?
Yeah, bro. Like,
I don't know.
the old heads were all fine doing their thing, and we're like, whoa, here's AI. Whoa, here's internet. Whoa, you just started getting used to the computer? Here's phone.
Well, what were they expecting? Of course, technology was gonna develop the way it
back
did.
in their day, they wrote stuff down on paper. We're like, whoa, here's email.
But they're already winding down. We have to deal with this on a daily basis. We're in an era where technology is constantly evolving. So, I mean, I feel like I don't know. I don't feel like they should be
It's like we
complaining
did
about
it for them. We're like, this was for you, Constance, so I don't have to talk to you all day. Here's ChatGPT.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, yeah, there's a lot of technology that if it confuses us, I can't imagine them where it's definitely confusing them.
Yeah. But dude, I feel like that might be good. Like imagine someone with Alzheimer's and you like gave them a ChatGPT and they just talk to it all day.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like, all right, Constance, you told me about this yesterday. You have Alzheimer's.
I think a lot of people, the reason why they think boomers think that is, and in some ways, I kind of understand it with the housing market, with a lot of them, holding on to their houses for as long as they do. Social Security, people think Social Security is being dried up because of them. There's always us having to hear from them, oh, well, back in my day, this and this happened. Well, back in your day, a lot of things were easier. Now, granted, they have a point in some things, but I feel like a lot of it's just kind of outdated.
Nah, definitely. If you're an old head, the back in my day, like old heads are so quick to use that
They're
quote.
so quick to use
Back
that.
in my day.
I'm like, bro, well, the job market's a lot harder now. Prices have exponentially increased compared to the wages. Wages have gone up, but nowhere near like the prices that it is nowadays for gas, for just produce, for example, for just about anything, to be honest. So I don't think they take that into account.
Yeah, most certainly.
Like there's jobs that are still paying like $10, $15. And granted, I know back in their day it was like less than that, but shit, like it's $5 now for gas.
Yeah, I mean, definitely back in the old heads' day, it was like, bro, you could be minimum wage and afford to like finance a house.
Yeah.
And now you cannot do that.
You cannot.
The Circle K worker or the grocery worker cannot get a house.
Yeah.
And is that a problem with like back in their day versus now? Yeah, I think so. It seems like there was less of a wealth disparity.
Yeah, I think the middle classes was bigger. There's more of a middle class.
Yeah.
I don't think there's definitely poor people, but I think the middle class, I thought it was just larger. Now it's just rich, poor, and the middle class is a very like finite amount of people.
Yeah. I kind of agree, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think generations after us are gonna think the same thing? I think it's possible.
No, I definitely think getting a house is more of an accomplishment now than it was 50 years ago.
Well, I mean, think about it back then, like 50, 60 years ago, you can live off of one household. You can't do that unless you're just making a shit ton of money.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. I feel like more people rent now than before. I feel like owning your own property is like a staple old head thing.
I also think it has to do with the fact that there are less families now, just from the standpoint that people are just having less kids because everything is now more expensive. Therefore, it doesn't make sense to get a house if you're just you or just your girlfriend. Just rent an apartment. Because when you rent it, when you own a house, one, it's a liability. I mean, you're paying a mortgage, but there's also other taxes that are involved with it. Property taxes. It's not like a landlord that's able to take care of everything. Mm-hmm. You have to take care of everything. If shit, hits the fan in your house, it blows up, it's your fault. Or it's not your fault, but it's your responsibility.
Yeah. What's so wrong with that,
There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just a matter of the fact, like, it is your responsibility.
Yeah.
Now, whether good or bad, it is your responsibility if anything happens.
But then it's your land.
It is your... Oh.
Then you can do whatever you want on your land.
Well, technically, it's the government's house on the government's land. It's not yours unless it's bought.
But you buy it from the government, basically.
But people mortgage it. Unless you bought it in cash like you did. But like most of the time, I mean, it's the government's until you pay it off. Wait, and that goes...
No, you actually get title of the house when you first purchase it, even if you're financing it.
Yeah, but that's besides the point. But I just remembered that, boomers back in their day, it was like $1,000 for houses, for example. Maybe it's not that cheap, but it's like, see, look at me, I'm a homeowner. I'm like, yeah, bro, it was like $1,000 for this house. That's now worth like $1 million. Are you fucking kidding me? $1 million?
I know, bro. Like
you want me to give you credit for what?
Yeah, but that low-key makes it such a great opportunity. Like if you wanted to get a good deal on a house, wait for the off season. So like Arizona, a great time to buy a house is when it's really hot. Find someone, and you can see the buyer history. Find someone who's been in the house for decades, bro.
Yeah.
Because they bought that house for like 2 peas and a carrot in
Yeah.
like 1973, right? And then they're already 5x, 20x, however many x of their initial investment. They don't care if you're offering them 50 or 60 grand less than its market value.
That's true.
They just want to get out. It's hot. They want to leave. They want to be closer to their
You do
kids.
make a good point. They're much less worried about making the most profit they could possibly take. They just want to offload it. They just
Yeah.
don't want to have their.
And-
They just want to cash out, to be honest.
Yeah, and a lot of the old heads took really good care of their house. The only problem is they never renovated. But that's great. Now you've got a blank canvas to renovate it how you see fit.
I will give the boomers their credit. You make a good point about that. Is that the boomers, they'll give you at a discount. It's probably more so the younger generation X that's wanting to want to take all the profit. And that's mostly out of anger due to the boomers. So it's because of them. They want to take all the profit, which I get it. I actually totally understand it, because they're like, wow, the boomers fucked it up for us. And it's like, I want to take all the profit.
Yeah.
But, I think boomers are a lot more generous in not giving away their home, but selling their home at a discount.
Yeah. I mean, is it really a discount if like they're already tripling?
I'm saying
quadrupling their
I'm saying
investment?
from the market value.
Like, bro, even if you bought a house out here in Arizona, like during the 2009 financial crisis, like homes were like 30 to 100K around then.
Yeah.
And now they're like 500
For the same exact
600,
house,
700.
barely upgrades. Yeah.
It's the same 3-bedroom, 2-bath on 6,000 square feet of land, the exact same thing, right? So like, let's say someone bought a home then for 80K, right? Even 100K. Now that home is worth 500, right?
Yeah.
Let's say on paper it's worth 600 and you offer them 550. Are they really going to care?
No.
No, you might. Maybe they will.
And those people, they didn't buy it cash. They took a mortgage, assuming like I'm not gonna do the math, but 3% off that 80,000 down, which is not that much. I don't know what the math is, and their mortgage. It's really not that much. Like
Yeah.
you want a snickerdoodle, you want a cookie for like, wow,
Yeah.
congratulations, you bought this $80,000 home, 3% down. And I'll give you even less credit if you're in the military where 0% down, all you have to do is for mortgage. What do you want, chocolate chip?
VA
Like
loans.
you want a cookie for that? You don't get
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
The fuck, that's super easy.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, bro, like for someone who's been in the home for a long time, they may not care about 50K, but that
Yeah.
50K is like a new air conditioning unit, new flooring, new countertops, a whole slew of renovations. Hopefully
Yeah.
there's not a lot of like material defects you have to fix that increases the home by like a lot more than it costs.
Yeah.
So I'm not an expert on this stuff, but
Yeah, me
like,
neither.
if you were to put like 30 to 50K in a home renovating it, you could probably charge 100K more for
Oh
it.
yeah.
In the right
at
market.
least double. At least.
That's what I
No, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Bro, there is someone down the street from here, and like not a very desirable home. It's like just over 1,000 square feet, so it's like pretty small.
Yeah,
All
does
the bedrooms
that have a
are-
pool?
No pool.
No
small
pool.
backyard.
Well, you got a pool. That's gonna raise in value there.
No, yeah, this is a 6-bedroom, 3-bath here. You wouldn't believe it. It doesn't feel like 6
It
bedrooms.
does not. I think it was meant to be like what, 3-bedroom or
At
4-bedroom?
one point in time, it was probably a 3 or 4 bedroom.
Yeah.
Now it's 6. And someone at some point in time added another bathroom right here. So 6-bed, 3-bath is pretty sweet for rental.
Yeah.
Because if there was a mortgage, it'd probably be around $3,500, right?
Yeah.
And the rental income is right around $6,000 if all the rooms are filled up. Right now they're not, but even still, it still would cover its costs.
Okay.
So yeah, like it works pretty well. I'd say definitely if you're trying to get a rental property, more bedrooms the better.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, bro, that's low-key a crazy idea. Like you go to just only people that have been in the house for more than 10 years, and like
Give them a cash offer and see if,
Yeah.
assuming you did your homework and it's like, let's say the market value is 500.
no, but do it to people that don't even have their house on the market. Like by the time you
No,
have the-
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah, by the time you have the house on the market, you've already like mentally prepared to sell it.
And you can see like on the MLS or you can, even on Zillow, like how long that house,
Yeah.
has, been occupied or the last time it was bought. If it's like 30 years ago, give them a cash offer.
Yeah, but I think it's best to sell to people that don't even have their house on the market yet.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them to go and look up. Like by the time they mentally prepare to sell the house, they're going to be like, oh man, wow, I didn't realize homes in my neighborhood were going for this much. I want to sell mine for more. I expect nothing below this number. And it's like, well, wait, let's take a step back. You bought it for $70,000 like 15, 20 years ago?
I think in those situations, you hope it wasn't grandfathered in to their kids, because I feel like the kids would be more aware, like, oh, okay, let's see what the market is. I think when you knock on the door, they're super old, like, okay, cool, I can get a discount. If it's their kids, like, I'll try, but I don't know if it's gonna actually work. They'll probably do their research a little more, because they're gonna want top dollar. That's how I guess generations, us, like, that's kind of what we want to do. We want to get top dollar for our properties.
Yeah.